Their own meeting out there while we get started in here. So, but we can't get started. Somebody want to turn the music off? Until all right. We will be having two drawings today. So first is our on-time drawing. Everyone sign in?
Go sign in, go sign in.
Because if you didn't sign in, you're too late. You can, go ahead, make it quick.
Skip that one.
All right. So for the on-time drawing, what are we giving away? Ooh, not yet on the, stop. Some folders, more folders, and various other, I almost said shit. Stuff. That's what's in here, stuff. All right, so for the on-time drawing, the number is number 4. Who's number 4?
Mila.
No, somebody.
Mila, usually.
Somebody got my spot.
I have a question for y'all. Do they have to be in this room?
Yes.
No.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Not on a computer?
No.
What about live? Can they do?
I mean, you can redraw. Okay, I'm kidding.
Shala, are you going to join us?
At the casino,
I
they
don't
don't give
think
you a
so.
prize unless you're there.
All right, we'll pick another number.
Just come.
Number
Just come.
14,
14.
Damien.
Wow. Sir, I'm binder.
This is to the home finder.
Oh, thank you. Thank you, Mr.
If you
Arcaro.
want a different color or a different size.
All right. So I said we're going to have two drawings today, right? So I got a call right before the meeting from a broker owner in New Jersey. He was supposed to be here this weekend to, he has tickets for Miranda Lambert. He can't make it, so he sent the tickets to me. So I will be having another drawing at the end. So anybody who wants to be entered in, anybody here, including you, Michael. Yeah, I kind of thought so. But anybody that wants to be entered in for that drawing can be. Staff, it doesn't matter. Just put a little asterisk next to your name if you want to be entered for that. All right? So that's at the end. So anybody pass it around. All right? The show is Saturday at Planet Hollywood. All right, check in on Southwest on Facebook. Our breakfast sponsor this morning. Who ate some of those Danish back there?
I'm about to.
Oh my God, so good. Yeah.
That's good.
Where's she at?
I'm here. I'm right in here in the back.
Oh, Stacia with Old Republic Home Protection. Come on up. What's going
Also
on?
known as
Also known as Stacia.
Stasia.
Stacia. Someone
I'm
that
so
we,
much more exotic, right?
someone that we won't say who it is always calls her that.
I'm not exotic, I'm just Stacia. Good morning. Please, yes, try the Kringles. They're a Trader Joe's seasonal favorite. They told me I had to be there by 8 because they usually sell out by 10. So I just
For us, she was waiting in line in front, going, open, open.
I was the fourth one. I was the fourth one in line, and before they opened. So, but thank you for having me here today. Just wanted to, as we round out the year to end, reminder that we have a phenomenal new construction product, and what that covers is 4 years. It's either when they close, it's year 1 through year 4, or if the builder still has existing warranty on the home, it'll kick in on year 2. and it'll be for 4 years from from that second year when the builder's warranty expires. And it breaks down to less than $250 a year to cover and protect their home continuing, which allows you to have a little bit of a built-in communication with them, for at least organic, communication when they have a repair or a replacement over those years. It just keeps you giving value to your clients. So just remember that, call, ask questions. I'm always here to answer anything, even if it's not the answer you want to hear, I'll tell you the truth. So, and then we are having a new rollout, so next year is our 50th anniversary. We did save some paper and put the QR code for our terms and conditions on it. But we have a really cool new option. It'll be $75, and it has to be purchased at the time the policy is purchased. But it's going to be up to $1,000 towards lodging reimbursement or portable HVAC rental or purchase. So especially if you have clients that are investors and maybe they work with a property management company, those portables don't have to stay with the property, and it just gives them a little extra protection if there's a couple days that it takes before somebody can get out. So again, just ask questions. There's things that come up. I mean, somebody was not happy with me the other day because they had a product that is under a manufacturer's warranty and they didn't have coverage that protects that. We do have levels of coverage that will offer labor. But ask me, I don't know what everybody has in the home. We just take on the risk that we believe that everything's in good, safe working condition, and then we hopefully repair or replace it if it fails. But I don't know what everybody has. Sub-zero refrigerators usually have 2 compressors, so you need to get additional refrigerator coverage for that because we cover 1 compressor. So if both of them go out and they don't have that second refrigerator coverage, they don't have coverage. So, ask those questions, specific questions to the home. Every home is different, and every home might need something that's tailored a little more to it. And we just want to make sure that you always end up looking like the rock star when they call and tell you that something's not working, and you remind them they have a home warranty and that they can save money. That's what we're about, is budget control. So again, I love to be a resource, even if they end up not going with us, which would be a horrible decision. But I will speak to them before they ever have a claim. I just really like to set that expectation, and then we have all those tools that you can utilize to stay in contact with your customers and your clients in order to hopefully grow your business. The more you grow, hopefully the more I grow. So thank you so much, and if you aren't working with someone that you like, trust, or have confidence in, I'd love the opportunity to speak with you.
Thank you, Stasia.
Thank you. I don't even know. I can't even change your name to Marquise.
All right, Rev Up training's coming up. Tomorrow's Finding Motivated Sellers, preparing to win the listing. I'm going really fast because we have look at this. I haven't shared this with them yet, but I have all of these questions to ask them. So, gotta be clear. So, that's our Rev Up schedule. Michael.
Yes.
Does everybody know Michael?
And if not, you really should. I love
We're going fast, Michael. We're going fast.
years old. I don't know vocabulary, but we are having a situation with closing packages that we're noticing mainly from Lennar. So if you have a Lennar closing, please pay attention. They are sending e-checks now. They are no longer sending closing package. They're sending the agent an e-check and the final settlement statement. Do you know what they sent me?
No.
That's correct, not a damn thing. So it's your responsibility to send that to your compliance person so that you can get paid. Please do not upload that to your file, because your file, we have 48 hours to review your file. Anything you upload, we have 48 hours to review. So if you want to wait an extra day or so, you could do that. But if you email it to me or to your compliance person, whatever office you're in, we will get to it just like any other closing. But just know we get nothing. So I just closed one yesterday that closed on 11/8. So if you want to wait 20 days, that's your prerogative. But if you send it to me right away, we'll get it processed right away. And that's all I have for you.
All right, thank you. Who's got this? Annual dues coming up in January. Our annual dues are by January 5th. Has anyone paid yet?
Yeah. If you wanna
It's
win the tickets.
700, it's going
Yeah, it's
up.
crazy.
760 was it?
Yeah, it was 6 something before. Now
Yeah,
I feel like
so
it's
national,
7
and national has gone up, I think $50 or something. So, anyway, just reminding you
If you're on
that
the
it
monthly thing,
needs
does
to
it
be
take
paid.
it out?
What's that?
If you're on the monthly,
Yeah, they do.
Don't,
you don't have to worry about
yeah,
it.
don't worry about it if you're on the monthly plan. All right, holiday toy drive. So, we actually have 2 toy drives going on in the office right now. I can't say no to the kids. So NAREC came to me and said, we want to do a toy drive. I said, okay. And then one of our agents, Chris Ruby, came to me and said, we want to do a toy drive. I said, okay. It's for the kids. So we have not competing toy drives, but we have 2 toy drives going on in the office right now. This one is for who's
The
for
Summerlin
the
Hospital.
Summerlin Hospital, and this one is for
NAREP.
NAREP. It's for
Um,
the kids. It's for the kids. So
Howard
bring
E.
unwrapped
Hollingsworth
toys.
Elementary School.
What's that?
Howard E. Hollingsworth Elementary School.
Howard E. Hollingsworth, right there. I have no idea where that is. But anyway, so tomorrow, so it's been a while since we've done a Friday happy hour. And NAREP, Maida and Anna from NAREP said, we'll sponsor the happy hour. Anyone coming just needs to bring a unwrapped toy to be able to come in and get free drinks. So tomorrow, is it tomorrow? Yeah, tomorrow is happy hour here. Bring an unwrapped toy, and you get drinks, and I think they're gonna have food and stuff.
But it can be in a box, right? But not unwrapped.
Yeah, just unwrapped. Yeah, so it can be in a box, but just, any questions on it? All right, food truck every Thursday. There's food truck out there, way out in the parking lot. Today's Love Me Foods. They have corn dog. They have epic corn dogs. Epic. Yeah, so anyway, they have food. Next Thursday is our white elephant. So every year we do a holiday white elephant gift exchange. Staff cooks food for you, and last year, staff makes the best biscuits ever. It's amazing, yeah.
Yes.
And so she said she's gonna make it again this year,
and
right?
banana
Yes.
pie.
So anyway, that's next Thursday, 11 o'clock. It's White Elephant Gift Exchange. Gifts should be in the $25 to $30 range, and rules will be put out. There's rules, and we stick to the rules. So the rules will be posted. And then our holiday party is December 15th, and you need to RSVP by the 8th. We have just like 50 tickets left.
45.
45. There was 50 this morning, now there's 45. So if you want, all right, so here's the thing. I said a lot, here's the thing. Tickets are $11, and spousal tickets are $51. But, so on the tickets, $11, all goes to charity. $11 of the spousal ticket, or the +1 ticket, I should say, goes to charity. This year's charity is
Opportunity Village.
Opportunity Village. Yeah, I chose it and I forget who it is. So Opportunity Village is a great, they do a lot of good for our community. I wanted to, in the past we've done like national, and I wanted a local charity this time, and Opportunity Village is a great charity. So December 8th. So Northwest Summerlin and ours are all on the same day. Last year Damon said Southwest was best.
Yes.
So my question is, Damon,
Still is.
Which one are you going to?
which part are you going to?
Guys, I can't believe you guys do this to us. gonna win.
Oh, we chose first.
I mean, that's not even a fun night. Right? Man, I mean, it's crazy. So,
All right, we'll
gotta
see
eat
you.
one, party at the other one, do the raffle at the other one.
Well, let's just plan on an after party too. You gonna follow me home this time?
Yes, I did follow Mark home to make sure he got home safe.
Who was following you home?
Nobody else.
All right. Our summit is coming up in February. So if you want, there's lots of emails and lots of links to be able to do that. This is our team, our Rock Title team. Reach out to them. We have Felicia, we have Jocelyn. They're great at what they do, and so if you have anything title related, reach out to them. All right, with that being said, let me grab out my list. Let me introduce to you. So we're doing a panel of some of the great team leaders that we have, not only in this office, but other offices as well. And these team leaders have graciously agreed to be in the hot seat. And while I grill them with some questions, and so with that being said, Damon, come on up. Brian, Chad, come on up. And Jeff, come on up.
Hey, before you get started, I gotta ask, who did the morning plunge this morning?
5 minutes,
5 minutes.
48
Love it.
degrees.
47 degrees.
There you go.
I've done 3 days in a row.
Who knows what the hell these guys are talking about?
They're jumping in the
Just
pool.
over 3
Who
weeks.
wants to get in 47 and 48 degree water?
I love cold water. If you guys know me, you guys know I've said that many times. I love cold water. I get, it's wonderful in the morning, but the cold plunge is
I do it
amazing.
after long runs.
Yeah,
I'll go
that's
in.
awesome.
Very good for you.
Yeah, very good. Cool. Just wanted to see if you guys were doing the morning plunge.
I wasn't made for that kind of temperature.
Can I go now?
Yeah, sorry, Marcus. No.
Me
If you
either.
want to start your day off strong, that's
All right.
highly recommended.
So I have, clearly we're not going to get through all of them. So I was, this morning I'm like, I need questions, And Steph and I were brainstorming, and my sister happened to call me. She's in Utah, and she's president of a Better Homes and Gardens company in Utah. She just called me to say hi. And I said, well, I have you on the phone. Yeah, and she rattled off a bunch of great questions. So with that being said, let's just start off with a quick introduction. Name, how long you've been in business, and how long have you been in business before you decided to get into being a team leader, or putting together a team, or whatever?
Gotcha. Brian Mitchell, been in business about 20 years. I would say that the first team that I built was 2008, kind of off and on, depending on, at the time, necessity if needed. I was doing a lot of banquet
That was a
projects.
different market back
It was,
then.
yeah. So I've probably built 3 or 4 teams throughout my career, but 2008 was probably the first one that I started building.
Okay. And just so you all know, Shad and Brian here are out of our Green Valley office, but they, I reach out to them, or actually I have Steph reach out to them, and they're like, okay, when, where? They're just really, really giving and have that raw spirit. We love you guys for that. We really do.
Thanks, Mark.
Shad Williams, been in the business about 15 years. Started my first team, kind of got forced upon me by some friends that got into real estate. Grew up in Henderson, still live in Henderson. So started my first team maybe, 2015 or 16, and then merged that with Brian's team about 4 or 5 years ago. Yep.
And Damon's story is a little different, so tell us.
Yeah. No, some of you guys might know me as the corporate broker for Realty One Group, other companies as well. But been in business now 22 years. Started 2001, just slightly before you, my man, and built my first team in 2005. Went back into leadership and ended up here at Realty One Group in 2012 as the corporate broker, and had an opportunity come up about 1.5 years ago to purchase a mega team, and It was time to change things up a little bit, open some doors of opportunity, and so decided to take the jump, and so I'm here today with these guys, luckily.
How many agents on your team, David?
We probably have about 125 right now. Yeah. So,
Is it Chad, right now?
Right, 85.
85. All right. Jeff?
Jeff Wilson. I've been licensed for about almost 24 years. I did 10 years of new homes. Then I've only been with one company when it comes to real estate. It's been Realty One since 2010. My beautiful partner is the one that pushed me to help, and we have a very small team. We have 6 agents. It's ran a little different, probably completely than these guys' teams. We're not advertising or building. We grow organically, and so we started our team about 4 years ago. And it was just, we had certain people that just kept coming and asking questions and this and that, and we just decided to start the team.
And whoever wants to go first, what advice would you guys give an agent that's thinking about joining a team?
Me?
Yeah.
If it's a thought in your
I'm
head.
not gonna leave it up to you guys anymore.
I will go. If it's a thought in your head, do it. 100%. If it's a thought in your head, I would do it. It doesn't matter how long you've been licensed for me. I do deals with agents. I've been licensed for 30 years. I'm like, well, you need a mentor. You are not very good at your job. So I think everyone needs some version of mentorship. And if it's a thought in your brain, I would absolutely do it and get like some direct mentorship. And that, for me, is what a team should be providing the most value.
Yeah, and utilizing some of the resources that the team's built into it already, right? It's we've made the initial investment in you, and now we want to see you actually produce out of that investment.
So let's talk about that for a minute. You mentioned resources. So what resources, we'll start with Damon, because I have to pick on someone, because you guys will sit there and point in, no, I'm teasing. What sort of resources do you provide for your team, your team members?
And the number one for me, and sitting down and let me real quick ask you guys, who has sat down and really put focus on their business plan for 2024? By show of hands, who here has sat down and put some time into their plan? Because I will tell you right now, if you guys haven't, first and foremost, you need to get clarity on how you're entering 2024. And it really starts right now, right? Don't wait till January 1st. It needs to start, if it hasn't already started. So we've sat down as a team, our leadership team, and really got clarity on what our business looks like in 2024. And for us, it's really a next level approach to providing our agents with the support that they need in the current marketplace. Of course, training is a big part of our foundation as well, providing the training that agents need. And per agent productivity is another real main focus for us, making sure that the agents on our team are getting their share of the market. Very important. So training, support are really the two main focuses for us right now. The technology, there's a lot of other resources we provide, but I think without the support, a lot of that stuff becomes lost in the dust, right? So support's huge.
Jeff, what sort of resources do you provide? It doesn't have to be physical resources. It could be, training, mentorship, whatever.
Our team, like, again, it's small and it's really built around more of a mentorship, a support in that way. Our team members all pretty much, I think 3 of them have secondary jobs, and they're big jobs. One is works banquets and conventions. If you know anything about that, that's a full-time job. He could have today off, and then tomorrow is supposed to be off, and then all of a sudden he has to go in. So we help out, like, hey, I was supposed to show houses that day. I'm gonna take care of it, or I will take phone calls at 8 o'clock. I say, text me after 8 if it's an important, hey, I really need to talk to you. Because I know that they're working jobs, and so it's really about helping them build the business around their life. You know what I mean? Because we have people that just, again, they do other things. I have a bartender. I have, you know, and they can't work on these days or work on that day, so we really help them with that. I mean, just the basic needs as an agent we have for them, you know, they want open house signs, they don't have to go out and buy them, especially, we have a lot of brand new agents. We have, how old is Daniel, 18, 19? 19, I mean, he closed his first deal, I think, when he was 18. You know, he's not gonna go out and buy $150 lock boxes. I've got a plethora of lock boxes. So it's just, you know, the support on our team comes from just giving them everything they need to do real estate. And I'm here for them, you know, they wanna build a farm, they wanna do this. I answer my phone as much as I can. And so it's really out of a mentorship. Martha's the same exact way. So we really, that's, you know, how we build, you know, help our team.
Chad, Brian, resources?
Yeah, we built our team really heavy on mentorship, right? Is we do, you know, we provide leads and technology and everything like that, but the mentorship is a big thing in our team. And fortunately, our management partners, Lisa and James, have been a key to us. Lisa's obviously certified in ninja training sales. James is a social media guru, does crazy business off of it. So we've kind of looked at all the different aspects, and we want to analyze somebody's business and figure out, you know, what's going to make them successful. What are they very good at, versus trying to fit them in, you know, just any position that group is kind of built around.
So we've all heard the saying, give a man a fish and he eats for a day, teach a man a fish, he eats for a lifetime. How would your guys' teams, you know, are you more of a fish giver or a teacher of,
I actually use that's how I describe our team all the time. We don't pay for leads for our teams, we don't do that. I mean, we do get leads from some sources once in a while, and we will give them out to our team members if it works out, because we really try to fit people with where I think they can be most successful with the person. You know, sometimes people just don't get along. But really, it is about teaching the fish, and that's what our team. When I keep saying our team, it's Martha. Please recognize her. That's what it's all about. Is, you know, if you're just going to base your whole career on going on a team that just gives you leads, and I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that if that's what you want, but you're never going to grow as a realtor, because if all you're getting is just fed all the time, you're not going to learn, how do I create my own sphere? How do I create, you know, get my business on my own? And that's what I'm more important about. I mean, I have one team member, and she told me yesterday, I was kind of, made me feel good. She says, you know, I really feel that you made me a realtor. She languished around for 2.5 years, did nothing, and now she's actually, you know, doing some business, and she's, you know, learning to, you know, run it her way and stuff and everything, and that made me feel good. And that's what we're about. I actually, the best thing I can see is a team member leave and go off on their own, because then I feel like I did my job.
Yeah, no, our model really is built to help an agent, you know, grow their own business, build their own business. So our model relies heavily on our team leaders, you know, several of them here with us today. That's where the mentorship on our team comes in. Is our agents have a dedicated mentor, team leader, and it usually doesn't have more than 10 or 15 agents to give their time, energy, and effort to. And so that's one of our main focuses. So I've always been in the mindset that 22 years, in fact, when I started my career, I personally started my career with that same mindset, that I wanted to build my own foundation. I didn't want to rely. I had the opportunity to go on teams and receive leads. And nothing wrong with that. You know, you guys have to look at yourself as individuals and see what you need to build your business. But there's never going to be a bad time, or it's never a bad idea to be able to generate your own business, build your own foundation, instead of being a lead receiver, which I've heard that coined a couple of times. I've been using it for years. And you know, lead receivers, you're always stuck to somebody. You're always dependent on somebody else to pay your bills, or, you know, put food in your mouth. And I never wanted that. I wanted to be able to take care of my family. I'd be able to go talk to somebody, sit down, get a contract written, signed, and close a transaction. The leads are icing on the cake. So as long as you're doing your part, doing your business, if you have a team, we do provide leads as well. However, it's really a reward for work. It's not, you know, it's not just given. It's, if you're up every day putting the work in, you're accountable, then that's an opportunity on our team as well. But we want you to build your foundation. It's very important.
Brian?
Yeah, we do teach you how to fish, but we give you fish, as well. It is, when you're building your business.
I don't even like fish.
I'm actually allergic. If you're not from here, it is extremely difficult to establish a sphere of influence. So a lot of our agents have established their sphere of influence through online leads. I mean, there's a handful of them that almost every transaction they close for the first 20 transactions were online leads. And then you see them branching out and say, oh, I'm finally getting some referrals from some past clients and friends, family, coworkers, stuff like that. So we do blend it. I completely agree with both of them. If you want to build a real repeatable business, you have to work it like a business. And so we consider the agents, we call them agent partners, not team members. I mean, we're going to run your business how you want to run it, and teach them how to actually run it like a business where the business is coming to you instead of just like, here's the lead, go close it.
Yeah, and on the mentorship side of it, I mean, we encourage all of our agents at any time to jump in the car with any four of us and just hang out with us for the day. Come see, Daisy's met us at a bunch of investment properties, or go out and do buyers with us, or listing appointments with us, or photography sessions, home inspections, whatever it is, just come see the process of real estate and be involved in it during the day-to-day, which helps obviously shorten the learning curve.
So, we've all had our hurdles, right? So, no hurdles?
0.
I wanna learn by some of your guys' hurdles that you have encountered along the way. So, if an agent is wanting to build their own team and they're thinking about, building a team, what sort of advice and what sort of hurdles have you, had over the years of being team leaders?
Yeah, I would say time was when we first started growing. I remember Shad and I had when we combined our team, we probably had about 15 agents. And I remember we had 25 or 30 agents, and we were talking to each other, and we're like, dude, we don't get off the phone from 6 a.m. till 9 at night. Like, how do we kind of build into this? Is because we really wanted to give everybody as much time as possible. So it was kind of building into a workload that you're used to, right? I kind of equated it back to when I was doing bank on properties. Initially, when I would get 20 or 30 listings that month, I was like, I don't know what to do with my life. Like, this was terrible. I was locked in an office for a year straight. And then I kind of built into it, and I got the right support team around me, and I figured out, how to be more efficient in my timing. So I think that was one of the biggest hurdles for me as we were scaling and growing.
Time management.
Yeah, and I would take a deep dive and figure out why you're doing it. Like, what's the purpose? What are you trying to accomplish? And my biggest advice is shift quickly. Don't get stuck in a rut. If it's not working, if you're trying something like a lead source, give it the proper amount of time to test it thoroughly, but do not get stuck with a business strategy or something that you're trying to do that is not working, and just shift and go a different direction with whatever it might be, some sort of marketing, some sort of, even just the dynamic with how you communicate with your agents. You could lose a lot of efficiency with time, and there are different ways to communicate that we have found to become extremely efficient for us as management and for our agents. They're able to get a faster response with some of the shifts and things we've done within that.
One other thing I can say is somebody that if you're thinking about growing the team, culture is a huge thing, right? We talk about it within Realty One Group a lot, and I would say that is one of the big hurdles. You get into a point where almost you want to hire, and hire and keep growing the team. And I know there's been several points Shad and I have stepped back and really looked at it and said, this is a fantastic agent. It just doesn't work for us, right? They're making our life, they're making our agent's life more difficult. They're creating tension within the group. Even though they're closing deals and we love them as a person one-on-one, it's not a good fit for us. So we've really had to kind of look at that and create a good culture where everybody works together really well. They want to be around each other. They want to host open houses together. You know, we found that a lot of friendships have grown out of the group where, you know, they go out on a consistent basis and hang out all the time. So that was one thing where, you know, we really had to really analyze, you know, how we wanted to grow the team and was an individual worth being on the team even though they're closing transactions.
And to cap that off, we don't do team agreements. It's my favorite thing about what we do. You're not stuck with us, and this is my biggest recommendation. Where you're not stuck with us for a certain number of deals, certain number of transactions, or a date, or whatever it is, because we want the flexibility to say goodbye to you, as much as if we're not doing our job, you should be able to say goodbye to us.
Right.
I think it's the best thing, and I think it gives an agent a peace of mind, like a little bit of comfort of knowing, like, hey, it's not working, pivot, shift,
Yeah,
go
you
somewhere
can
else.
value
Yeah.
Yeah.
Part of his friends.
Yeah.
Yeah. Damon?
No, I agree with everything these guys have said, and you know, one thing on what they were just talking about is I tell, you know, agents, you know, remove all the roadblocks, and that's part of that. If it's not working, right, if you're not right for the team, we don't want to be a roadblock for you. You know, move on. This is your business. You deserve the right, and you know, you have to internalize that as a team leader, because sometimes, you know, you want to keep people on your team. You want to be the right fit for them, and sometimes you're just not the right fit for them. And so it's move on. You know, you deserve every opportunity you need to succeed, and we need to succeed as well. And if we're not a good fit, that's important. I think, as you know, becoming a team leader, first you have to analyze your own business. You know, I think it's very important to sit and see where your business is at first and foremost. Are you achieving, you know, the level of success that you want? You know, putting additional, you know, challenges on your plate, taking up more of your time. The number one issue for most team leaders when they start a team is their business fails. It goes downhill. And so you have to have the systems in place. And so you would need to analyze your business first to say, do I have my systems in place? In other words, when I add 2 or 3 people onto this system, is this thing still gonna run, or does it all fall apart and now my business is suffering? So I'd highly recommend, you know, in starting a team to look at your systems, your models first, to say, is this duplicatable, right? And that's what most teams, you know, they have a duplicatable system in place, whether it's a CRM, a lead gen platform. Is it something that you can add people to and keep it going so your business doesn't suffer, and now it's just bringing additional business in? So that's very important.
Kind of everything else said. No. Again, our team is just very different. We're a very small team. But one of the big things is somebody that fits. It's like anything. I mean, you've seen sports teams where they bring on the biggest star, the number one. I don't care if it's football, basketball, baseball. And as soon as that star gets there, the team falls apart because there's a you know a cohesiveness that has to be there, and the person has to work with those people, and that's kind of, you know, when you're looking at starting a team, is like this, is that yes, you have to have some sort of a system, and you can't just bring people on. You know, we do have a team agreement, but it is more or less just, it's outlining what the expectations are, and a lot of it on my agreement is more or less what we're going to do for you. Not so much I'm demanding that you have to do this, or if you leave this, or you do that. I totally agree that if somebody wants to leave, they can leave. I'm not going to hold them to it. But then there is stuff that we do have an investment in that person, and you know, so there has to be some you know, expectations of not so much of, you know, how many deals you're going to do every month, but how things are ran and what things happen. Because if you don't lay out rules, then you have anarchy.
So I think it was Shad brought up about culture, and we've all talked about it or mentioned it. So what do you guys do to develop? I mean, get the bad weeds out was you know, something. But you have a great culture in your team, Jeff. So what are some of the things that you do to develop that culture?
I hate to be cliche and this and that you know, oh, we're like a family.
Oh, we're
or
used to
whatever.
it from you.
But we are like a family because we fight like a family. We get along like family. But I just, again, being small, I'm able to do things that, you know, a huge team can't. Like, you know, we'll have a meeting at my house. I love to cook. People that know me know I love to cook. So in the springtime, fall, when it's nice outside, have them, you know, get together at my house and I barbecue or cook for. It's just we try to do things together. My team, and then I'm sure people know one of my best friends is Johnny Nitro. He has a small team. We do a lot together. Like we're having a big Christmas party and it's gonna be at my house. We're gonna cook. So we just try to keep everybody together, and then we have people that help each other. I mean, I have team members that will call and ask about another team member because we're close enough like that. Like, how are they doing? I haven't talked to them in a while. Is everything okay? And I just try to, and those are the type of people I want. I want people that, want to strive to build their business, but at the same time, like I said, I have people that also have second jobs. So I don't see them all the time, but, they know that any of us are always there for them to help them if they need it.
Yeah. A big part of our culture is really empowering our team leaders to have a culture within their team, right? So we have teams of, again, 10, 15 agents in many cases, and so our team leaders are doing holiday parties, right, with their sub teams. We do things as a larger group, so we're having a entire group holiday party this month as well. So we focus on
It's not the same day as the other party.
No.
Yeah, he did that.
I tried to schedule it that same day, but no, it's no. But our so
That just give you an excuse to get out of the others.
yeah.
No, it's at the same place.
So our team leaders are really the driving force to our success, to our culture, and we're basically a brokerage. We're a little different model. We're a brokerage within a brokerage. Most teams. And I don't want to speak for these teams up here, but most teams, the rainmakers, the team leaders, they're doing, if not most or half of the production of the team in many cases, and the goal, I'm sure for many of us here, is to transition out of that and have our team, doing most of the production, and we, so with that, our team was built that way. I'm not doing a lot of production. Our agents do all of our production. So they're the ones that bring all of our units. I do a handful. That'll of course increase being the broker for Realty One Group. Wasn't out there competing in the market like many of these guys were. So as I increase my business, but our team was built really focused on the agents doing generating business, doing transactions. So very, very proud of that, because our units, I get to look out and say this is what our team has done, not me personally, but. As far as the culture, the team leaders have a very tight-knit relationship with their groups. Again, we do different things individually as individual teams, and we do things as an entire team, to bring the group together. So whether it's holiday parties, barbecues, just had a picnic. We have a holiday party coming up this month as well to create that culture. So
We do a lot of the same. I mean, I think that's kind of probably pretty standard with teams. Brian and I both open up our home to our teams as well, and it's super fun. Great events, holiday parties, all that good stuff. And I think it's a lot of individual time, a lot of office time spent with agents is pretty important. I'm always a little torn on this because our culture is phenomenal. I love every single one of our agents, right? At the same time though, I always want to be very clear, if we're all not making money, I have my own friends. I'm sure you all have your own friends. I like my own friends. I chose them and like to hang out with them. Let's make sure we're successful. And we always kind of want to make sure, as long as we're successful, man, the energy's great, right? The team meetings, the energy's great. Our team meeting last night, phenomenal energy, but everyone's doing a bunch of deals right now, right? We went through a list of all the new escrows, and it's like there's a little buzz in the room because of that. And for me, the culture increases with the success at the same time. I've been in the rooms where there's no transactions, everyone's starving, everyone's like, it's tough to have that positive family-like atmosphere, which I do consider as well, even though we're a pretty large group, different dynamics with every agent. But I mean, I have a bunch of agents on with my family on the boat in the summers. I mean, we're hanging out. You do develop very close friendships. So it's a tough, interesting line to kind of straddle.
Yeah, we have a big chunk of our agents too that were friends before agents and then became agents and have been on our team for a long time.
Mm-hmm. I'll just say on that, love what this gentleman said. fun's a big part of culture, right? Connection, fun, but there's no fun if you're not making money.
Yep.
So that's
Yep.
something, we preach a lot is, fun's great, but we have to be productive, right? So,
Love that. Let's talk about the market for a minute. We're in a changing market, or a changed market. So especially with the class action lawsuit, let's talk about that for a minute. I'm sure your agents are coming to you and saying, what is changing in our business as a result of this class action lawsuit? So, right? What are you telling them?
Yeah, I mean, we did a whole meeting on it, I don't know, a month ago or so. For me, I don't see it drastically affecting the industry in the near time, right? Maybe in 10 or 15 years, things change, but even that, I struggle to kind of wrap my head around it. And it's not like something changed that drastically in our industry, right? Prior to a month ago, we could have offered literally a $1 commission, right? Now we can offer 0. So it's always been out there. It's shifted a little bit. It's become more public. I think that's the big thing is that it's been in the news, it's been in the media, and obviously the media is not a friend. They want to create something sensational so that they can publish it and people open it up and read this stuff. But I think similar to like an iBuyer out there, or these tech companies that have entered into our market, I think there's going to be a very small subsection that has read over this thing and says, hey, I don't want to offer any commission. If that's the case, that's up to you if you want to take the listing or if you want to walk away from it. But I think for the most part, it's going to be business as is.
I'm very, very positive. I'm like, there's still gonna be a ton of houses to sell. I'm like, I don't get held up in things that I cannot control. I'm not gonna be able to control what that does. I think it's gonna be a shift. It's gonna shift with the markets, right? We rewind to 2021 when you put it on the market, 50 grand too high and it sells 50 grand over list price in a day. I think some sellers might wisen up to say, hey, I don't want to really pay much because I think Zillow's going to sell my house anyways and all that different stuff. So there could be a little bit, like Brian said, I see a few people, but I don't see it being a huge impact. I think it's something we just shift with, we roll with, and there's a lot of homes here. They're still building them, and let's make some money.
And let's be honest with ourselves, right? Okay, the market does shift completely. We're no longer offering buyer broker co-ops. Be better at your job, be a better expertise. Nobody, people will then want to pay you to do your work, right? And so we as a whole, as realtors, we need to be better in this industry. And if this forces us to be better, it forces us to be better. Again, I don't see it shifting in that direction, but if it does, be better.
Be better. Love that. Be better. Dan?
I was just saying, stay educated. So you have to educate yourself and focus on your business, right? Don't get caught up in the noise, right? All the nonsense that we don't control, right? We can't control. Nothing has changed as of right now. I love the media talk. That's probably going to be more the significant part of the homeowners out there, watching media and making decisions based on the media hype. However, I think the number one thing that's going to come out of this that you're already seeing right now, there's already brokerages doing this, is disclosure. Disclosure that commissions are negotiable. I think that's probably where, and I don't have it in writing, but that probably is where this ends, is the 2 settlements that just happened right now. There was not a lot of difference in what we're doing today than what they settled on. It was simply that we're going to let people know that commissions are negotiable and we're going to be able to put 0 in the co-op. You guys remember, markets are cyclical, okay? As these suits were brought in a very aggressive seller's market, there's going to come a time we're in a very aggressive buyer's market, whether it's in my time or our time, but that's when the seller's going to know that they're going to ultimately want to offer a co-op. And right now today, sellers are still offering a co-op. Is it going to be possibly lessened based on the multiple offer scenario? And possibly, but it all comes back to quality, right? If you're a quality agent, if you've put your time, energy, and effort into growth and educating yourself and educating your client, then you're gonna be the icing on the cake. You're gonna cream of the crop, or you're gonna rise to the top right? And so that's what we need to focus on right now is our skill set. Sitting down, what's your buyer consultation look like? Are you leveraging the buyer brokerage agreement? Are you having conversations, regarding, commissions and with your sellers as well, letting them know that it's negotiable and that, if they want to bring a ready, willing, able buyer based on their property, based on their price, that, there's a co-op that can be offered to produce a ready, willing, able buyer, right? There's nothing changed with that, folks. Nothing has changed with that. Sellers still need buyers to buy their homes, and depending on the market we're in, it's going to determine, how much that seller wants to pay, knowing that it's negotiable.
Pretty much like what they've been saying and what Damon was saying, it's also, as an agent, you have to have a worth, you have to have a self-worth, you have to, educate yourself. Knowledge is everything. And, because if we know that the consumer now can go online, they can find the houses. I mean, I don't know how many clients would rather look on Zillow because it's actually a very easy platform for them to search houses versus me sending them the app. They're like, I can find houses easier on Zillow than I can on the MLS app. Stuff. So you need to educate yourself. I don't want to say be the expert because I hate when agents say I'm an expert at this and I'm an expert at that. You go to court, the judge is going to fry your ass hard because you're the expert, so you should have known it. You can't say, oh, I didn't know that. So it's just, but you were saying you brought up the lawsuit, but you also brought up the market. Well, let's talk just a tiny bit about the market. Why are sellers not selling their houses? Hey, I'm locked into a 3-point, interest rate. I mean, I don't know about these guys, but if you have a house, you probably have something like a 2.5, 3, 3.25. It's very hard. So again, that's knowledge and knowing how to talk to people. And the same thing on the commission thing is explaining to a seller, look, a buyer's going to be at, have a 3.5% down or 3% closing costs and whatever you're charging them, 2.5, 3% on a commission. It's going to come from the seller somewhere because they're going to have to ask for a contribution. There's no way a buyer's going to have all that unless it gets to get rolled into the loan. So it's just, again, knowledge and knowing how to speak to people and how to talk about the numbers.
Yeah. One thing I will say, just in kind of outside of it, but it really is relevant for everything, and it's your mindset. It really starts with your mindset every day. I was talking to this guy about the plunge and all that. Invest in your mindset, right? Make sure that you're starting your day off right and you have a positive mindset to overcome any challenge that you face. I mean, that's huge right now. So.
Yeah, so like I'm telling everybody, business as usual. Business as usual right now. Don't stress it, don't worry about it.
Don't create a roadblock for yourself. Most people throw something in front of themselves and say, oh my God, the world's falling, so they stop doing what they need to do to move forward. Don't do that to yourself, right? I mean, change is gonna happen.
Yeah.
Educate yourself, adjust, and move forward, but it all starts right here with your mindset.
But also, as was discussed, is you gotta educate yourself as well. So I'm going to ABR class next week. I'm educating myself so that I can help you guys, and I recommend everyone goes to ABR right now. So we have about 5 minutes left, so I'm going to give you each a minute or two as a parting shot. If you want to take it.
See you guys later. We first just appreciate you guys allowing us to come up here. Some amazing talent here. It's great to be in the same room, with all of you guys. And for me, I'll leave you with this. I've already sat down and looked at 2024, and it's really it's upgrading everything right now. And I recommend you guys do the same. Is sit down and look at your business plan. Look at where you're focused in 2024. Put things, your systems in place, and don't look back. Make 2024 your best year ever. It can be your best year ever. If the market shrinks, you're just going to get a bigger piece of the pie, and that truly needs to be your mindset. How do I get a bigger piece? And that's the conversations that I'm having with our agents. Is I don't care how many deals are being done. Are you getting your share of the market? And that's really the only question you have for yourself. Are you getting your share of the market? And if you need to double up on something or triple up on something, do it. Don't make excuses. Double up, triple up, or find AI's out there. We know that. So streamline, right? Important word right now. Make sure you are leveraging the different resources without getting caught in the weeds and letting, sitting in front of a computer for 8 hours and absolutely, looking at, or at the end of the day, not getting anything produced, right? It didn't move the needle. That's another important conversation I have with the agents is what you're doing every day, every hour of the day, is it creating a result? Is it bringing something to the table, or is it just noise? Because there's a lot of noise out there, folks. With social media, AI right now, it's like agents are looking in a million different directions saying, what tool do I use? What do I need? Well, are you talking to people? Right? Are you talking to buyers or sellers? That's at the end of the day, that's what we're supposed to be doing. So if it's not helping you get in front of a buyer or seller, then I'd really look at it carefully and say, what do I need to do to make sure that I'm getting in front of a buyer or seller? I'm setting, look at your calendar. Everybody pull their phone out right now. If you have appointments on your calendar, you're in business. If you don't have appointments on your calendar, you're not in business, bottom line. So leave you with that soapbox.
I piggyback off of a lot of that. I'm extremely excited for 2024.
Yeah.
There's so much pent up, like everyone's on the sidelines, and I think the floodgates are opening. I think there's so much money to be made next year. I'm predicting our best year ever, and I don't steal it, but I want our unfair share of the market. That's what our agents are doing right now. They're positioning themselves not to get their fair share. I want an unfair share.
Yeah.
I want more than I maybe should get. So I would challenge all of you to take a look at where you're at in your business. If you're an individual agent, great. Make sure you're prepared and ready for what's going to be coming next year. And if you're not in a situation or a dynamic that you're set up for success next year, you need to make those moves right now to prepare yourself instead of reacting to the market. But we're all going to sell houses next year. It's just going to happen. They're just going to be falling out of the sky like 2021 towards the end of next year. But prepare yourself so you don't get the ones that just land in your lap. Take your unfair share. Make the moves now so that you're prepared.
Yeah, I like that Damon said double or triple down on what you're doing right now, because everything that we're going to be doing over the next 5-6 months, double, tripling down, making your phone calls, doing your touches, working your nurturing your internet leads, whatever you want to do. When these interest rates do relax, it's going to be a mess out there, and there's going to be buyers just flooding.
Interest rates are already
They
started.
started
to.
Starting to go down, so you guys pay attention, because it's definitely, and I'm not gonna steal that from you, because the CEO of Redfin said that. That's their business plan, Redfin's business plan. Get your unfair share of the market. That's how you're going to increase your business in 2024.
Yep.
So, love it. Jeff?
Everything they said.
And more.
No, I've been saying that I feel, okay, look, if I'm a historian, I love history, I love this or that. What's happening next year? We have a presidential election next year. If you look historically, every time there's a major election, interest rates drop some. Have they artificially brought them up to bring them down? Who knows? But there's so many buyers right now that if the rates were to just drop a half a point, because nobody was buying par rate. Nobody was going par. They were paying a point to get down. And they were getting down to 7.5. And we're still all selling houses at 7.5. Can you imagine what's going to happen if they drop them down low enough that when somebody buys a point, they get to 6.75? As soon as nobody's going to see the last two numbers. It could be 6.9999999. They're going to see 6. And it is just going to be a floodgate. I don't personally see like prices skyrocketing through the roof and going up, but what you are going to see is that, yeah, right now you can write a deal and probably still get $10,000, well, depending on the price of the home, get $10,000, $5,000 from the seller because you're the only offer and you're in there. But next spring and that, when the rates come down, just be prepared, have your people ready. I personally feel that you should buy now, because if you don't buy now, you're going to be competing. I'm not saying you're going to pay over price. I'm not going to say it's going to be that much more, but that money that's on the table now that the seller is willing to give you, that's going to be out the window, guys. Because when there's two offers, they're going to say, okay, who wants it? Who will write the clean offer? And it could be just list, it could be under list. But I'd be pushing buyers to try everything I could do to buy now, because I just think like these guys say, it's going to be a hell of a year. And I wouldn't want to be buying next year in the market and competing with everybody else.
Which brings me to my next topic. You guys get your fair share of listings. That's something, agents sometimes are afraid of taking listings or afraid of working with sellers, but
What?
I will tell you, it's just, because it's a different discipline, right? You have to get your fair share or unfair share
it takes
of
more
listings.
skill.
Absolutely, get your skill set, start focusing on sellers as well, focus on becoming a listing agent. It's never ever going to be a bad idea to have listings. That's what we sell, folks, we sell homes. And so if you have listings, you're always in business, no matter buyer market, seller market, they're still buying a home, which is a listing, so get your fair share of or unfair share, of listings.
Any questions? All right, well, with that being said,
Thank you guys.